Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of What's Up With That, Alex? My name is Simon Kent. I'm a co-founder of Connect Family Law, and with me today is...
Alex Boland. I'm a lowly lawyer, toiling away in the bowels of Connect Family Law.
In Kelowna.
In Kelowna.
Where we happen to be today. So, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
I always love asking you these questions. I think we're doing some good work here, getting some information out to people who are going through separation and divorce, but I wanted to take this chance to say thank you for the time you're spending with me on this.
No, it's my pleasure, Simon. There's nothing I'd rather be doing today.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I know, on a beautiful sunny...
on a Sunday,
Yeah. Okay, well, my question here for episode 6 has to do with kids. So as our viewers have, I'm sure, picked up on over the last number of episodes, I myself have gone through a separation and divorce. It's been a number of years now. My children have grown. They were quite young when I divorced my my ex-spouse. And I now have a daughter who's 19. Mm-hmm. And she is amazing, and I love her, but that's not really the question. The question is, Alex, when a kid turns 19, do you have to pay child support anymore? What's up with that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are under the sadly mistaken belief that when a child turns 19, bam, they're cut off, they're on their own, out of the nest, all that sort of thing. Yeah. Not the case if you're separated. If you're separated and you're paying child support, it is possible that a person over the age of 19 could still be a child for the purposes of child support.
Okay.
There's kind of two scenarios where this comes up. The first is sort of the sad scenario where a child turns 19 and is unable because they're disabled or they have an illness, something like that. They can't withdraw from the care of their parents. In that kind of scenario, the court says, you know, granted they're 19, but they're still not self-sufficient and you're still a parent and there's still going to be child support payable in respect to that child. The other more happy scenario is where a child turns 19 and is pursuing an education. Right. In that kind of scenario, most of the time, for most people, child support would still be payable. And I say most of the time because this is an area where the court has some discretion. It can decide whether or not it's appropriate for child support to go on. In doing so, it looks at a bunch of different factors, most of which I think are fairly intuitive. So did the child actually do well in high school? You know, if you've got a D student who's planning to go to university and manage to get in, you know, maybe not. Or if the child's career plans are really unrealistic, also perhaps not in that scenario. Interestingly, if the child has no relationship with a paying parent, and the court, I think, effectively feels like it's not the paying parent's fault, the court might say it's not appropriate to pay child support in that case. And also it looks at, you know, the family's means. If you're a doctor earning a whole bunch of money, you can expect to pay for some university. If you are, you know, not doing very well financially, the court may not find it appropriate in that sort of case. So it is a textured kind of situation. It's not totally clear, but, you know, if you are a sort of middle-class family, you went to university, your family is kind of on that sort of track, and you have the financial ability to pay for it, usually the court would say that at least for that first degree, you're on the hook for child support.
Okay, well, that's interesting. What about the requirement of the child in this case, or now the adult, to contribute to that education? Yeah,
they do. They have a positive obligation to try and contribute to that education. And what that would mean is certainly trying to apply for scholarships and that sort of thing. Summer job usually would be the case, but if the family is really wealthy, the court might say they don't have to get student loans or they don't have to work. They could do an unpaid internship or something like that. Right. So a lot of it really has to do with what the court thinks is reasonable based on the overall financial ability of the family.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Thank you for answering that. Well, that'll conclude then our episode 6 of What's Up With That, Alex. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.
Great.
Number 7.
Number 7. Lucky 7.